This week, we announced putting together a data collection about insurance companies to help every boat owner find the best insurance for themselves. And we share another exciting Portofino update with a rapid progress in the construction of our Portofino 52. And we take a cruise and discover turtle rehabilitation, dead bodies in cliffs, and secrets of an ancient civilization, and a harbour that is now 7 kilometres from the sea. Hi guys, well, we would just like to let everyone know that we got such a great response with the insurance video last week that we decided to do something. What did we decide to do?
So many people reached out to us saying what companies do this and what companies do that, what are the good ones and what are the bad ones. We realized that this information is not easily accessible online or anywhere really. So we figured the best thing to do would be to get everyone's insurance stories that people have actually had claims and actually put them all together in a database, naming the insurance companies, naming how they performed, whether that's good or bad or indifferent. And then with this information available, every person who owns a boat that needs insurance can actually look up on this list and get all the information about the different companies so they can make informed choices. You guys can make informed choices when you need to get insurance.
So it's something that you guys can do to help our sailing community, right? And so it's about we need everyone to get on board as much as possible. And if you've ever had an insurance claim, we need to hear about it. So we want to hear if they've paid out, if they haven't paid out, how fast they've been at paying out, and what the process was for you.
Yep, so we're going to leave our email address for you to send us this information. We will not make your names public. We will only describe the case and the insurance company to protect your privacy, and we will put all this information together by insurance companies, so anybody looking at this insurance company can see all of the claims that have been made and how well they've performed for all of those people that feed back that information to us. So for this to work, guys, we really need every one of you to send us the information so we can make it available to the community.
Because it actually is very hard, even if you ask around your community, your sailing community, which insurers to use and which insurers aren't, you get very mixed stories. So it'd be really great to have something correlated so that people can go, okay, these ones are the ones we would really like to get insured with, and these are the ones we'd like to avoid.
Okay, and the other thing that we've discovered is there are certain insurance companies that are very good, except their warranties are absolute. If you do not service your fire extinguishers, you get no claim. But if you have serviced your fire extinguishers, they are very, very good at paying out very quickly. So that's the sort of really important information that will be very useful for our community. And of course, everyone knows that getting insurance for especially blue water cruising places like the Caribbean and the Pacific is getting harder and harder. So we really want to know what insurance companies are available in these areas. So when you send in the information, we'll give you a list of the information we're asking you to send us so we can put all this information down. So obviously the Mediterranean is relatively easy, but the Caribbean and the Pacific is relatively hard. This database will form a really valuable information source for all cruising yachties. But it all depends on you guys participating. So anyone who's ever had a claim with an insurance company for their boat, please send us the information to this email or fill in the form on our website, which is barefootdoctorsailing.com.au, or click the link that is in the description below.
So thanks for your support, guys. You are helping the whole sailing community.
And now check out what's happening with the Portofino. Really exciting stuff, rapid progress, and then we'll take you back to join us in Turkey.
Very exciting.
See you guys. Hi guys, we are really excited today to share with you the announcement that our second hull for our Portofino 52 is now completed. This is amazing stuff given that it has only taken them 2 months to complete the construction of this hull, which is half the time it took them to construct the first hull.
This is because they've brought on extra staff, they're working double shifts, and their experience of the complex welding around the centerboard case and all the other construction is now well known to them. You can also see in this clip the really smooth hull and the high quality welding joints along the bottom. So to get the two hulls together, there was a little bit of Tetris with these two 50-foot hulls and the completed Portofino 47. Here you see the 52 starboard hull being rolled outside in the street and then rolled into the shed alongside the 47. The 52 hull then had to be rotated to be the right way up. Here you can see them using winches and straps holding the hulls so they can rotate the boat the right way up. And you can also see all the aluminium bracing that is used at this stage and while the welding continues to avoid any torsion or twisting of the hulls due to the heat from the welding. Here, the boat is being lowered down onto the rollers, which allows easy maneuvering inside the shed. The 47 at this point had to be rotated around the shed so the 52 could go into the rear of the shed as the 47 was completed and could be rolled out of the shed without obstruction. This then allows the two 52-foot hulls to be placed alongside each other to allow the rest of the construction of the bridge deck and the superstructure. The size of this boat is hard to comprehend from the photos, but just look at the size of that man at the front of the boat in the picture, and this gives you a real sense of perspective of how big these boats really are. But on the good side, if you look at the boat from the bow, you can see how amazingly narrow they are, and with a shallow draft, some people say it looks like a torpedo. And it certainly should sail very fast, and with the shallow draft, we'll be able to get into places where other boats absolutely can't go. And we'll be able to do all of this in amazing comfort with a really good fit out, but especially because of the shoulder, which provides safety in big seas to prevent the bows digging in, and the flare in the hulls giving us absolutely amazing internal volume. Completion date should be December this year, so we look forward to that immensely. We will be back to see the boat in the next month or 6 weeks, so we will give you a more detailed update at that time. We hear of amazing cliff tombs, a loggerhead turtle rehabilitation process, and a harbour that is many kilometres from the sea. So we leave Marmaris and sail down with the wind on our backs for a nice, easy downwind sail. We sail under Genoa only, and here, as you can see, we are doing 6.9 knots and 11 knots of wind, so why worry about using the main? We have a very relaxed and chilled out sail with our feet up and even sleeping as we chew up the miles. Next day, we take a tour up the shallow waters into the Dalyan marshlands and river to explore these ruins that we have heard so much about. The Dalyan River entrance is very shallow, with only 1 or 2 feet at low tide. Here you can see the sand in the very shallow water beside the boat, and in this clip you can see the sand being churned up by the boat in front of us because the depth is so low.
Dalyan, Turkey is known for its nesting loggerhead sea turtles. The beaches around Dalyan have protected areas to ensure the conservation of these endangered species. The number of loggerhead sea turtles and nests in Dalyan, Turkey are increasing more and more each year.
So we're lucky today because we're heading to Turtle Beach, and last year there was 300 turtles nesting here, but this year there's 500 turtles nesting, so the numbers have increased hugely, and now they've finished laying their eggs and they're on their way out, so hopefully we'll see 1 or 2.
Conservation efforts such as limiting human disturbances and implementing protective measures contribute to the increase of likelihood of success for these hatchlings. The nesting sites benefit from being relatively free of natural predators like sharks. They have a guardianship program which includes monitoring and protecting, reducing of human disturbances. Here in Dalyan, the whole community get involved in this project. There is also scientific research ongoing that monitors the nesting behaviours and reproduction success of the turtles. So on this magical mystery tour, we find ourselves at the hot springs.
We're in Turkey after all, and they have plenty of hot springs. This is advertised as mud baths, so
And natural hot springs.
natural hot springs. So let's have a look.
So we're here at the natural mud baths and the thermal springs here in Turkey. And we often talk about the things that are good for you, and if you can get yourself, if you're in Turkey or you're anywhere close to thermal springs or mud baths, then do yourself a favour and go and give yourself a really good scrub with the mud baths. Leave the mud on. The mud actually softens the skin and exfoliates the dry dead skin cells that are on your skin, so it exfoliates them off, so you're left with lovely, nice, fresh skin underneath. Baby soft, but put sunscreen on because those tough protected layers have come off when they've been exfoliated off. And then if you hop into hot springs, the sulfur in the springs, and it's got natural healing properties within the water to be able to heal all sorts of different ailments, which we won't list now because there's a string of them that they claim to heal. But we know from a therapeutic point of view that it does make you feel better for sure. So lunch today, chicken and salad,
Chicken salad
stuffed mushrooms.
stuffed mushrooms, which are very tasty.
Yummy! The Lycians were an ancient culture that thrived in what is now modern-day Turkey. They left behind a fascinating legacy. They were renowned for their unique burial practices. The Lycians buried their dead in elaborate rock-cut tombs resembling small houses or temples, often adored with intricate reliefs and carvings. And they believed the higher the tomb was, the closer they were to heaven. And that's why you'll see so many tombs high up on the cliff face. The Lycians' culture declined, was shrouded in mystery, but it is believed that the combination of factors including invasion, migration and assimilation into larger civilizations contributed to the fading of the Lycian people. That being said, in times of conflict and facing the prospect of captivity by invaders, the Lycians demonstrated a profound commitment to their autonomy. Whole villages would opt for self-sacrifice over submission. Where are we?
Kaunas, ancient city, rock tombs, king's tombs, all sorts of really old stuff.
Hope they've renovated by then. Hey guys, can you speak English? Do you speak English?
Merhaba. Merhaba.
Nice looking cow. I think they're all girls. Yep. I said the cows have come up for milking and the last cows weren't as full as the other one. Did you like that?
I did.
That was homegrown. So what do you reckon it was?
Well, in every port you've got to have a bar first of all, then you need a brothel, and then you need the chandlery to get your boat sailing again.
Fast.
So we find ourselves looking at ruins in Turkey. We've looked at ruins.
And we're not talking about each other.
We've looked at ruins in Athens, at ruins in Pompeii, Italy and Pompeii.
And south of France, Roman ruins, the road Caesar walked along.
And we've also seen a couple of derelict buildings in Australia.
That are a whole 100 years old.
Hardly comparable, but anyway, ruins they are. This is the stargazing platform.
The ancient Lycians were celestial experts, turning to the stars for both practical and mystical insights. They used the stars as navigational tools for seafaring and for aiding in trade and exploration. So, an astronomy station platform was a must in any city. This ancient Dalyan amphitheatre was a venue for performance of ancient dramas, comedies and musical events. And as you can imagine, the theatre filled with laughter and applause. Back in those days, it now stands silent. We hope you all have enjoyed this episode, and we really want to reach out and say thank you to our wonderful Patreons that keep us doing what we do and supporting our worthwhile charity. And now it's time to return back to Expedition Barefoot that's waiting for us. Thanks for joining us on this journey, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want to be a part of an exciting way to save lives around the world, join our Patreon family and get up close and personal with us. And we'll see you in the next episode.